morning, or buenos dias, for Cinco de Mayo. Time is flying by, isn't it? All right, let's pick up with the next part of chapter 12 in 2 Corinthians. Remember yesterday, Paul talked about being transported into paradise and seeing things he couldn't even understand. And then he goes into the fact that in order to keep me from being conceited or puffed up, God gave him a thorn in the flesh. Now notice that he says God did this to me in order to probably make him more like the Lord Jesus. It's kind of a very interesting concept. And he said, and because this thing kind of bothered me, God used that to say, look, I can handle anything in your life. My grace is sufficient for you. Is life always easy? Absolutely not. Is the grace of the Lord Jesus sufficient for us? Absolutely. You know, the Christian life is not just the primrose path where everything's just easy. In order to become more like the Lord Jesus, we are going to go through things that are going to forge us like the fire makes steel harder. And Paul says, look, because of what I've learned through all this, I can endure hardships. Man alive, did he endure them? I can endure anything because I realize God's power is made strong in my weakness. Now, boy, we never saw all this nonsense going on with the coronavirus coming, did we? And it can either make you discouraged where you say, okay, I'm ready to give up. Or you can take a step back and say, God, what are you doing here? How are you making me more like you? What would you have me do? Well, you teachers are doing what God would have you do by instructing children in a different method. Has it been easy? No. Are we almost finished with this year? Yes. What does next year look like? We don't know. You know, they're saying now, reduced classroom sizes, social distancing. You know, we're just trying to figure all this out. No, we're going to be sending something in the next day or two to you, talking about grades and turning in books and working through all of that. And we're still hoping to have graduation. But in reality, everything's changed. In some ways, we probably all feel a little bit different and strange and maybe even a little bit weaker. But what did Paul just say? When I'm weak, I'm strong. And so we're going to just allow God to shine through us on this, realizing he's got all this in control. You know, I mean, we can go into all the conspiracy theories of setting up for a one world government and who Bill Gates is and all of those kind of things. But does it really matter? No, it matters that God's got us here for a purpose. And he brought each and every one of us at this time and in this place to American Christian to reach a certain number of kids. And there's no need to become despondent because he is using the opportunity to strengthen us and make us. When we come out on the other side, we'll say, oh, wow, I didn't see that coming. Just like Paul. Man, it just haunts me. I can make it in hardships. I can make it through any situation because when I'm weak, I'm strong. If you feel weak, realize you're strong because the Lord Jesus is living through you. All right, have a great Cinco de Mayo and eat lots of tacos. Talk to you later.